Hello, everyone. I'm Shania Tongmama Wilson, and this is my Week 8 Best Takeaway video. In this presentation, I will elaborate and highlight the best takeaways I gained throughout the semester from this class, the most important things, what I need to improve on, and my favorite projects. I have learned a lot and improved my weaknesses as I continued my journey in this EDIT class. From the basic knowledge to advancing my understanding of the world of multimedia and technology. This class was definitely meant for me, and I'm excited to share my experience with you all today. The most important things I learned were the camera shots, rule of thirds, headroom, and look room. For the camera shots, I was able to use the 10 different shots during week 2. I just realized the importance of how to take and place the camera when taking or filming pictures or videos. Camera shots are not just technical tools, they are storytelling choices. A well chosen shot can elevate a scene, reveal a character's inner world, and completely change the meaning of a moment. The headshot, over the shoulder shot, tilt down shot, the pan left shot, extreme close up shot, the medium shot, high angle, the POV, and the chip up shot were all the shots we discussed and were used in one of our assignments. Each shot shapes how the audiences experience the story, emotionally, visually, and psychologically. They contribute to what is shown, how it's shown, and how the audience feels about it. With the usage of camera shots, it makes videos flow smoothly and clear to see from the audience or the viewer's point of view. The second most important thing I learned is the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is a division of 9 equal parts into two horizontal lines and two vertical lines. The key elements of your composition are then placed along these lines and their intersections. It is a must to apply the rule of thirds when filming because it helps create balanced, visually appealing, and engaging compositions. Using the rule of thirds properly makes video feel more polished and helps you communicate your message clearly. Headroom and the look room are also important features in the world of multimedia. On the left is how you should be seen when you're in a video. There must be space between the head and the top part of the frame. The first picture is a perfect example of the space of your head in the room. However, number 2 and 3 shows a poor example of the headroom. Make sure not to cut off the head and not to have too much space between the head and the room. The look room is the space in front of the subject's face or eyes in the direction they are looking and moving. This technique creates visual balance, guides viewer attention, and supports storytelling. Therefore, the headroom and look room work hand in hand in contributing a better visual for the viewers. The three things that I need to improve on are the background noises, lighting, and getting a microphone for a clear and perfect sound. These were the challenges I faced throughout the semester, but I'm glad that everything came out pretty good after working on it. Having background noise in videos is allowing the viewers to hear how your background noise sounds. There are many times disturbing sounds can happen when you are recording. For instance, ambulance siren, honking car horns, your family watching a TV, and so forth. To keep videos professional, Background noise should not be heard during a virtual meeting or filming because it reduces the clarity, quality, and professionalism of your content. Also, it distracts the main message and can cause audiences to lose focus and interest. For the lighting, I used a ring light at first, but as I continued throughout the semester, I noticed that the ring light can cause small shadows, so I switched to using a lamp, which was it was very clear and makes the content more professional. As you can see on the screen, the 3 points lighting are backlight, field light, and key light. All these three types of lighting play an important role in making the object look clearly visible for everyone. Microphone was one of the challenging things I came across whenever I film. As mentioned in the previous videos, I used my laptop's built in microphone for all my recordings, but it somehow doesn't work perfectly, meaning it didn't fully block the background noise. External microphones are highly recommended because they capture clear and high quality audio. So, to make sure you are loud and clear with no disturbance from the background, use an external microphone. My favorites or highlights are the interview styles, chroma key, and making animations. These are the different styles of interviews. I enjoyed interviewing someone who I grew up with and know more about the things I would never have thought he's interested about or looking forward to doing. I did a face to face interview using the structured interview style and it was recorded. A structured interview is a formal, standardized method of interviewing where each participant is asked the same set of predetermined questions in the same order using a consistent format or rubric. With applying the rule of thirds, the different shots, the headroom, and the look room in the interview video, it really helped bring out the video fun and understandable for the viewers. No confusion at all. Chroma key or green screen is a technique used to replace a solid colored background with another image, video, or a virtual background. Chroma key is one of my favorite because I can imagine myself having a filming production with all the backdrops, camera, sound system, the lighting, and many more. On your right is a cup. That's what I used from our chroma key project. I created my own green screen and it was easily removed and replaced with a different picture. I had fun putting together my chroma key project, especially the amount of time I had to work with in removing the small green things that were left there in the picture. Regardless of the many times I felt like giving up, I stayed the course and was consistent with my editing skills, and now we are here, the last week of class. Making animation was definitely the hassle of trying to get it done, and surprisingly turned out to be my favorite of all assignments. It took me a month to look for the right app to make my animation, and finally use stick notes as suggested by the instructor. Before creating my own animation, I watched several tutorial videos on how to make animation. To be honest, I'm unfamiliar with animation, so I had to learn all this by myself. Moving the stick figure, duplicating frames, twinning, adding sound, and teleporting was all part of the learning process. As I continued to practice, I ended up mastering the skills of making animation. I followed step by step, and I finally knew how to create my own animation. I enjoy doing it because it will benefit and cater to my students' learning. To conclude, those are my best takeaways throughout the semester. Multimedia is not just about filming and recording, it's an art of collaboration, creativity, and communication that brings together diverse skills and media forms to tell compelling stories and deliver impactful experiences. Thank you.